everyone, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new, please subscribe. We are the Minerves on the Move.
And today we are going to address our
top 5 questions about moving to Honduras. Woo! Woo! So question number 1. Why did we move to Honduras? The main reason why we moved to Honduras was we were a slave to our jobs. Yes. Back in the States. We've been working in Atlanta for the last 3 years. Before that, we were working in Indianapolis. We're both teachers. We're a family of 5. I had a part-time job. He had a part-time job. We were working to just pay bills. So that was the reason why we left the States. Why we chose Honduras? Honestly, Honduras wasn't even on the radar. We knew we wanted to go to a Spanish-speaking country. I speak Spanish. Our oldest son has a background in Spanish. We wanted to be close to his family in Trinidad and Tobago, my family in the States. And what drew us to Honduras was how family-friendly it is. There's so much to do for kids. We love the international school here. Our kids go to that school. We work at the school. And for us, we wanted somewhere where our dollar could go far, but our kids could have a quality education and we could see the country. You know, Honduras has everything. We live in San Pedro Sula, which has a horrible reputation, and it's an amazing city. And we're an hour away from beaches, we're an hour away from waterfalls, modern amenities, campgrounds, like everything is in Honduras, and it's within an hour of our fingertips.
Being here so far, it's been a huge lifestyle change of being able to work at, I would say, normal working hours. So
normal. Not 80.
8-hour days instead of sometimes 12+ hour days. As well as just being able to spend time with our kids. On top of that, a huge plus being able to just spend time with each other. Sit down and say, wow, we don't have anything that we need to do right now, or just commute.
Oh my gosh. Traffic in Atlanta. I've heard it's only gotten worse, and like there's traffic here, but compared to Atlanta, it is laughable. Like compared to California, it's laughable. Like there is traffic here, and I expect if I'm living somewhere on a Friday night for there to be traffic, but at all types of day, hours, seasons, like it never. Oh, I'm so happy to not have traffic like that anymore. Okay, let's go to the next question.
Question number 2. Is Honduras safe? Well, I will start this one. I feel very, very safe. I believe our kids feel very, very safe. From driving within Honduras to walking the streets within Honduras in various parts of San Pedro Sula, Honduras. And as you see more and more of our videos, we're going to be intentional about making sure you see not just us, but our kids who are, again, 3, 5, and 8 years old. You want to share what Monty had said about in terms of...
No, I might leave that one out for the video. But I do have what is it called? Like when you have a comparison? It's not simile. I'm thinking of language right now. Like you're comparing something.
Comparison. Yeah,
well, I have a thought. I have an idea about Honduras. So my thought is Honduras, especially San Pedro Sula where we live, because you go on YouTube. If you're looking on YouTube right now, you might just be here to know what it's like to live in San Pedro Sula, because all the expats are in Roatan, maybe Ceiba, Utila, but not a lot are on the mainland. And so when I think of Honduras, I always think of it as if the world were all dogs, Honduras is like the pit bull of countries. And if you've ever owned a pit bull, you know that pit bulls are the most loving, welcoming, friendliest, loyal, caring dog in the world. My auntie Keisha has only owned pit bulls. And that's Honduras. Yes. Everyone here is so loving, welcoming. It's freaky. Like, I've never met a stranger is something I said in our last video. And it's true. Yeah. Now, on the flip side, you know those people who have never owned a pit bull in their lives. They've never owned a pit bull. They've never came across a pit bull, but they know every single story about a pit bull, and they're going to tell you they're the most dangerous dogs, they're the most aggressive dogs. And so that's literally like Honduras. Before we came here, people were telling me, oh, this is going to happen, and I heard this. Never even set foot out of Atlanta. Well, out of Fulton County. Like, their trip is Miami. Like, that's all they've been is Miami. So you have to listen to the people who are from here, who've been here, who live here, who work here. San Pedro Sula is like any major city. And every major city is going to have good parts and bad parts.
Yep.
Are you going to walk every part of New York?
Absolutely not.
So you're not going to walk every part of Brooklyn, New York by yourself alone at night?
No.
You're not going to talk to every single person on the street that you meet in Brooklyn?
That's not wise. I'm
not going to do that in Oakland. Like, no, we're not going to do that. Who would do that? Who would go to every single part of the city? San Pedro Sula. I am really bougie here because I can be. So we go to some really nice parts, some really, really upscale parts, very modern parts. But even in the parts that aren't modern or upscale or upper middle class, we go there too.
Have a good time.
Great time. So it just has a horrible reputation, and half the people who are telling you that San Pedro Sula is not a place to go or to live or bring your children, they've never been. I can tell you that. Or they're believing the propaganda that we've seen on YouTube.
Oh, so before we came out here and we were weighing in on should we come here, should we not, we came across video in particular where this guy was saying in the dangerous streets of Honduras.
San Pedro Sula.
San Pedro Sula.
Murder capital.
And so we're looking and he's sharing like just the absolute worst news. But then my wife, being the amazing eye person that she is, she was like, well, wait a minute. Like, I hear what he's saying, this is dangerous, that's dangerous, but look at the people he's filming. And the people look like normal people.
Yeah, they're just like outside gardening. Like gardening. I was like, that guy's gardening.
I think there was a baby in there, like.
Yeah, and then I clicked the rest of his videos and he's like, walking through the dangerous parts of Russia. Now I'm walking through the most dangerous parts of El Salvador. I was like, is this all this guy does?
So then that's when we were like, oh, okay, I see what's happening.
Yeah, he lives to see a new day by just walking through these dangerous cities. Yeah, it made no sense. Next important question, which was definitely my question I kept asking before we moved here, which is, what is the food like? I'll let you go first, because he doesn't look like it, but he eats a lot. It's ridiculous the amount of food my husband eats.
I enjoy eating people. Eating food.
Eating people?
Like you said. So the food here, for my palate, is really good. It's really good food. It seems healthier to me. I feel like I've had more energy. My favorite, I'll give you my top two. So my top two dishes are baleadas, which if you come out here, that's a must breakfast dish.
That's an everyday dish. Breakfast, lunch, dinner,
snack,
midnight snack.
Name it. Maybe that's why I like it, because I'm a simple guy. It's just like, baleadas for breakfast, baleadas for lunch, baleadas for dinner. And then the second one, I'm going to need your help. How do you pronounce it? Choripan.
Choripan? Oh my gosh. Choripan is literally just chorizo and pan, bread. That's all it is.
Special green sauce that hopefully we edited.
Chili sauce.
Chori sauce.
He's literally talking about like a kielbasa right now.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It is good though.
You must try it.
I am hating.
So good.
It's because their meats are so good. Their chorizo is so good. There's a dish that we like when we go to restaurants.
That's important.
It's like I'm totally butchering this name, so I'll write it on the video. It's like parrillada, something with a P, and it's literally just like lots of meats. And, yeah, so we're like,
plate.
No, it really is like
it's about the size of both of our hands together.
It's chorizo, carne de res, cerdo. It's just lots of grilled meat, and it's seasoned. It's so good. So that's probably my favorite thing here. I am more of a picky eater, like my son, so I think
she has good taste, y'all.
I have good
taste.
What
she's talking about.
So I don't think the food is bad. It's just that I grew up with my Auntie Keisha, who makes so good food, and
Shout out to Auntie Keisha.
I've been to Mexico, and I love the food in Mexico so much. So I had these extreme expectations of what the food would be here. So the food is good. However, I want to be realistic that it's not incredible. Like, you're not gonna come here and be like, it's like Mexico City, because it's not.
It's a good scale.
But yes.
It's also not what, because there's also some bad food you've tasted. It's also not like.
Oh, it's better than Atlanta. Like, without hesitation, it's better than Atlanta. Okay. I have a theory about Atlanta food just being, you go for the environment. That's what you go for. You go for everything, the experience, right. not just the food. But here, you'll go for the food here. Questions. This is the question that we get for all the kinfolk in the back.
Kinfolk.
Are there black people there? Are there black people here?
Yes. What are we talking about here? Yes, there are black people here.
And like, it's different though. Like, race is not, like, in the States you're either black or you're white or you're Mexican or you're this or you're Asian. Like, it's not that up here. Like, here you're catracho. Like, you could be pale, you could be black. You are catracho. If you're born here, you're Honduran, you're Hondureño. So it's not a big deal here. Like, well, I don't want to speak for everyone who's from here, but I'm just gonna say it's not like that of the States at all. So there are people who as dark as me, who's dark as my dress, who are here, who are born and raised here.
Yep. I'll give you one quick example. So I think the first week we were here, there was a gentleman who lived in our neighborhood, and I had never seen him before, and he was darker than me. And I just looked across and said, "Hey, what's up, man? Hola." It's the only little Spanish I know. And he looked at me very confused, like, why is he talking to me loudly?
Yeah, it's so random.
There were other people.
There were other people like this.
But he was the only, come on, y'all know what I'm talking about, black guy.
I told Ian that that's a us thing. That's a us back home in the States thing.
I said, hola.
Yeah, that's not the same.
He just looked at me with confusion, scratched his head, we exchanged numbers. I've never heard back from him. He probably thought I was insane.
Yeah, or that you're hitting on him. That's probably what it was. There are black people here, and especially like the Garifuna culture, those are black Hondureños. So there are black people here. But that's a whole nother video to like dissect race right now and what that means.
Yeah. Overall though, there are black people and they're just considered Hondurans.
Yeah. And we're not the only ones. Now our last question. Do the kids like it? Do the kids like it? You know what? I'm gonna pull Monty out here. Be right back.
So, Monty.
We got 3/5 of the Minervas here. Monty, say hi to everyone on our channel.
They're over there.
Hi. Cool. Okay, so we're right now. So this is on the spot. We haven't prepped Monty at all. Monty, have we prepped you?
What?
Exactly.
Have we prepped you?
Perfect answer.
Do the kids like living on Honduras?
Yeah.
Tell our channel. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's kind of good.
It's kind of good. What's good about it?
It's so nature and so quiet. It's not that dangerous. It's the perfect place to go if you're on a trip.
On a trip? What was your favorite thing so far in Honduras?
Probably the beaches.
The beaches?
That's true.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
What about school? Do you like school?
Yeah.
Tell them about what's school like in Honduras compared to your old school back in Atlanta or Indiana or wherever.
In the other school, all the teachers were like a little strict, a little mean. But here, I think they're just fine. I think they're just fine.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell anyone who wants to come to Honduras? Any kids out there?
Well, if you want to come here, I think it's the best place you would want to go to. You would enjoy it. The only thing that's bad here is just the sun. So
So are you saying it's too much sun, Monty?
Yeah, it's kind of hot.
Okay, give me a kiss. I love you. You can go back inside.
Look.
Thank you.
Well, and there you have it, good people. So this was our first edition of our...
Nothing.
So that about wraps it up, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed this time with us.
Yeah.
If you haven't, please go ahead and click that like button and go ahead and...
Please hit the like. Well, not hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button because we really want to
grow this channel.
Yeah, that's it.
And we want you to continue to be a part of our journey.
If you have any comments, questions, please leave them below so we can make some videos for anything that you're interested about, whether it's Honduras, Central America, traveling, whatever.
We are open to your suggestions, so go ahead and leave a comment below. Continue to follow.
I am actually